Hello, hello. This is my Tableau Fringe Festival talk. So the name of my talk is my QUT Data Ninja Quest and how Tableau can change lives. My name is Frederic. I work at QUT. First of all, I'd like to say that I discovered the Fringe Festival last year, and I was listening at Eva Murray's talk. I think she was talking about building your brand and your community, and that her talk really inspired me. So I sort of say, yes, I need to apply and try to get in. That's the first time I talk at a conference or web conference. So I'm a newbie, but I'm quite excited to be part of the Fringe Festival. So my name is Frederic. I'm an IT manager, so that's my job at QUT. I manage the IT and digital service team in the business school. Those are my contact details below. More than happy to connect. So my job at QUT involves helping people do a better job with technology. I promote new technologies in the teaching and learning class, in research, and that's why I got involved with Tableau. But as you can maybe guess, I'm not a data analyst. I don't work with Tableau on a day-to-day basis, but I'm a bit of a Tableau nerd. Quickly to explain what QUT is, so also known as Queensland University of Technology. We are in sunny Brisbane, Australia, in Queensland. In 2016, the stats were 48,000 students. I think now we're getting close to 50,000, almost 8,000 international students, so very multicultural campus, and $1 billion revenue, so it's a very big business. At QUT, we have 5 faculties or school or colleges, depending where you're coming from: business, education, health, law, science, and engineering. So I work in the business faculty. So as I said before, I'm not a data analyst. I don't work with Tableau on a day-to-day basis, but I've got that very strong passion to promote and improve data literacy, and also inspire the new generation of data ninjas in the staff and student space. Just to quickly tell about my Tableau journey, which I think is fairly short. So I first discovered Tableau in 2011. At the time, I actually did nothing. I remember meeting with a research professor who had a lot of survey data for a research project. He wanted to share his insight with some colleagues. I know it sounds like a perfect candidate for Tableau, but I didn't really understand Tableau at the time. I found it too complicated. Fast forward a few years later, we just developed a first dashboard for him for one of his studies. Not the same one, but different one. So it took us a long time, and we get there at the end, because now I understand what Tableau can do. The big first light bulb moment for me with Tableau was the test drive in Brisbane in 2016. It's probably the first and the best 3 hours of my Tableau life, where I did a test drive and I really got it. I really got inspired and motivated me to learn more about Tableau. Second big light bulb moment for me was the TUG, the user group in Brisbane. Rob Crocker presented Makeover Monday. I didn't know Makeover Monday at the time, and I really got inspired, and it's an amazing program, as we all know. I learned so much. I've been trying to do it maybe every couple of weeks. I've got maybe 30 or 40 visits, and it's really amazing to learn and discover what the community can do. And then from early 2017, I've started to build those program for staff and students. So early 17, did the first student data day. Then in between staff, I took over the staff user group, I created the staff user group and Paddle Bash. And then just delivered 2 weeks ago the third student data day, early August. In terms of community, a big highlight for me was my first official Tableau event, which was Data Day Out. I think it was amazing to actually meet people I was following on Twitter, meet them in real. I think that was pretty cool. And then the big highlight for me was being announced as a Tableau public author, because I obviously blog a lot, and I like sharing the stories coming out of the student and staff space. You might ask why I'm doing this. I'm not a data person. What I like the best with Tableau is the user community. Makeover Mondays, the TUG, the Fringe Festival, Vis for Social Good, there's so many other programs. So what I wanted to, I guess, simulate and create is a bit of a internal vibe within the university. That's really motivating for me. As I said, the community is amazing. You ask a question on Twitter, LinkedIn, and you got all those experts and all those people that more than willing to help and reply, share the tips and tricks like Fery. I was lucky enough to host Mark from Groupon early this month. Mark is a QUT Business School grad. Now he's the boss of Data Viz at Groupon in Dublin. So he was coming to Brisbane for family reason, and we just knew each other on Twitter, and he just contacted me and said, "Hey, I'm coming to Brisbane, do you want to catch up?" So I've also put the link of the video file there, so if you want to have a bit of a look at the video interview. But yeah, he spent an hour with me talking about the stuff I was doing for students, and he spent almost 2 hours with the central data guy to talk about Tableau server and more the technical stuff. So he was very happy to share his knowledge. Yeah, the community is amazing. But again, why it's not even my day-to-day job. As I said before, I had a few personal light bulb moments with Tableau, and I want people to feel the same. I want people to feel the power of data storytelling. Also, what's driving me and motivating me is often people tell me they suck at data. They don't want to learn by attending course, and they want to practice. So it's extra motivation for me to develop those programs with Tableau and then QUT. So meet my ninja family, my data QUT ninja family. So we got on one side the staff ninja. So what's motivating me with the staff is basically improving data literacy and get started. One of our jobs is to purchase Tableau desktop softwares and licenses, and often people buy and then don't use because they don't have time, they don't know what to start. So I thought putting a program together would gently encourage them to learn, and using games and collaboration this time. On the student, which is a very, very big family, as I said, we got 50,000 students, and in business school, we got maybe 12,000 students. We don't teach Tableau yet, we Excel. Or we teach Excel, we don't Excel, we teach Excel. So what I wanted to do is introduce data analytics, and we all know it's a skill for work, and Tableau can change student lives. And on the PhD student side, so on the research student side, I wanted to introduce Tableau as a new tool other than SPSS, NVivo, MATLAB, and so on. People have never heard about Tableau. So maybe it's a new way to share research work. So on the staff, so now I'm going to talk about the various programs I've put together. So on the staff side, I'm managing the QUT user group. So I'm the TOG leader. I'm leading the TOG because no one else was doing it, and I really felt that we should have that community in the university. So it's a very, very normal kind of user group TOG, show and tell. We meet every couple of months. We've got 40 or 50 people interested with Tableau and data. The use base is still quite small, but we're growing. What I'm working on now is a higher education TOG for Brisbane. So trying to put all the universities together, and then we can sort of share and then join forces and share the stories. It's an amazing story. So there's an event on the 30th of August at 2 p.m. in Brisbane, but we'll also be video recording and Zooming, so live streaming. The new programs I've put together is the QUT Paddle Bash. So the concept is basically having fun and learn Tableau while using real data. It was inspired by QUT, by Makeover Monday. We have a small group, 10 to 15 users. We meet every month. The visits and the works are published on the Tableau server. It's called Paddle Bash because the data is provided by the BI team via paddles, data paddles. And so far, we've had 2 paddles. We had one about student stats and one about student satisfaction, but there's more coming. So the process is very simple. The first stage is week 1. I just send an email to my contact list and tell them the paddle is on. People have a week to work at their own pace. They connect from Tableau desktop to the Tableau server, download the data, here we go. Week 2, we meet together in a lab with PCs. We present our vis for a couple of minutes in front of the audience. We get feedback and share our work and then ask questions and so What's good about that, that's what people have been telling me, is people learn Tableau, one, which is good, but also learn about QUT data, which, as you can imagine, in big universities is complex. And thanks for Fery for sharing the tips and tricks. People earn Ninja points based on the participations. And that's a bit of a feedback I got from a couple of staff. One of the staff said that she's learned way more doing a paddle bash and doing a training session. And the other one was commenting on how good the community was. So that's the paddle bash dashboard. So on the left, I've removed the names, but you can see that a few people have 20 points. So as I said, people get points if they participate. So if you turn up, you get 2 points. If you create a dashboard, you get 3 points, for example. And if you present, you get 5 points and so on. So we're all beginners moving towards the green and blue and then becoming green ninjas or black ninjas, whatever. I think it's quite fun. People like that. I know it's a bit of a gimmick, but people really like the game side of things. So the big one, students, big family. So I've developed Tableau Doubleday. Again, we don't teach Tableau yet, so I really strongly believe we should be teaching Tableau in the curriculum. We don't, but we're getting there. So the room has undergrad, postgrad, research students, MBAs from different disciplines. So it's not only business school, it's everybody in the uni is invited. It's a free training that runs all day. We usually have 80 to 90 students in the room. So I've done 3 of those Tableau days. I usually do 1 every semester. So semester 1 usually is in March, semester 2 is usually in July, August. So I've done 3 of those already and trained about 280 students total. And as I said, the last one we just ran was early August. We had 90 students in the room learning Tableau. The way the session is organized is the following. So the morning we have a 3-hour power session, basic training. We learn the Tableau basic and we give them very good pizza. In the afternoon, we have a competition. So we had 17 teams of 4 students, roughly. We gave them access to workbank data sets. And they had about 3 hours to come up with a story dashboard. So I'm really focusing on the storytelling aspects. Then students had to present in front of a panel, a judging panel, and we have 5 judges, including 2 from Deloitte. And then the best team won prizes. So this time I got freebies from Wale, the big book of dashboards. So that's the agenda. I know it looks pretty packed, but it was packed, but it goes pretty quick and students really enjoy it. But just quickly about the data. So we gave them access to workbank data from the World Bank, World Development Indicators. I was really inspired by the work that Chloe is doing with this for social good. So I wanted the data to have a bit of a this for social good angle. So the previous years I used very generic data set like movie data, shark stats. But when I looked at the current program for this for social good, which I think is every month, the current one, which is UNDP, I felt the data was a bit too complicated, too tricky for new beginners. So that's why I used the WDI data, which was a bit modified and making a bit simplified. But having said that, I'm really keen to set up a local chapter for this for social goods, working with Chloe. So if you're in Brisbane, you also have students, doesn't need to be working at QUT, contact me and we can form a chapter together. So as I said, we had 17 teams, so 17 different dashboards. So those are screenshots of four of them. What I was sort of found amazing is the variety of designs, storytelling, styles, and how much students could create in just 3-hour session. Photos of the event, so get a vibe of the room and the setup, and then the students busily working. This one, the top left photo, is the winning team with the judges. And again, some of the students working with the laptops. Can you actually notice something with those photos? It's not a quiz. people are smiling. I don't know if you can notice now. Students having fun. They're having fun using data. You're having fun using Tableau. They're having fun competing, which I think is quite awesome. Some of the feedback from students, I'm not going to read everything, but a lot of, I think 90% of students were satisfied with the event, very satisfied. People really got inspired by the tool itself, how powerful it is. People commented on the networking and the benefit of working in a group. People were mind blown and thought the tool was relevant for their jobs, which I think is exactly what we want to do, is inspire them. And when they graduate and get a job, they would know Tableau and data analytics and then get in front and get a better job. A bit of a word cloud about the feedback from students. You can see great, is big, learning, fun, and so on. So yeah, people had a great time learning. It was fun, very fun event. This one is probably one of the best feedback. So that feedback was sent by a student called Luc. So Luc did the very first Tableau Day early 2017. He's actually the one talking there. Basically, he told me that that event he attended and Tableau changed his life. So he was a student in math, I believe. He attended and then got inspired, and even says that it was the most useful skill for him to get a job. So when he attended, he was part of a team, decided to learn more about Tableau, did some online tutoring on YouTube, I think, and then picked up a few skills and put that on LinkedIn, and then got headhunted. Now he works in a big data analytics firm in Brisbane in mining. So that's him talking at the bottom, in the bottom photo there, because I've actually managed to track him down and ask him to come up last month to talk to students about his experience, because he's only fresh grads. And I think that was a very good story to tell. He was also one of the judges in the panel. If you want to read more about the event itself, I've written it on LinkedIn. If you want some advice or want to run your own student day, let me know and I can give you a hand. Students, PhD Cafe. So Tableau Cafe was the name we came up with to run very small PhD lab training session for PhD students. If more like an experiment, I think we basically wanted to show PhD students what Tableau can do in the visualizing data, research data. As I said, they're really familiar with Excel, MATLAB, NVivo, SPSS, but not so much Tableau. It was also good to be able to connect other QUT researchers having the same kind of needs of visualizing data, and they come from all different disciplines, and start to have a bit of a Tableau research community. One other thing I'm exploring with Tableau and the PhDs is maybe a server for PhDs. You all know about Tableau Public, but it's not good for researchers because data is public, of course. So when you got confidential data, it doesn't work. At QUT, we have a corporate server as well, but that's really for corporate reporting, so that's not good. So there's something in between that we probably need to investigate for research sharing data. So in summary, to just close off on the event, those three big programs I've put together for staff and students are worth the time, and if it's time consuming to organize, but I think it's worth the time. On the student side, with the Tableau Day, we know that Tableau skills can get some jobs. Students get inspired and want to learn more and then get headhunted. And they got very modern skills for the workforce. Tableau in curriculum, when I organize Tableau Days with students, I also try to organize, to invite a couple of professors that I know are teaching data with Excel, and taking them on a soft journey and hoping that they will get inspired. As a result of that, more and more lecturers are contacting me to include Tableau in the curriculum. I just did a couple of guest lectures to accounting students and to research students, research method students or market research students, like just a quick 1 hour Tableau guest lecture, and I can see that people are getting inspired. So it looks like there's more and more work that needs to be done, and it would be in the curriculum. Even the MBAs are looking at integrating Tableau in the MBA big data units. And on the staff side, with the paddle bash, I can really clearly see that people are starting to use Tableau. They're getting more and more confident, and it's fun. So they tell me I'm really enjoying what I'm doing because it's fun. So as I said about the EDU talk, if you work in a university in Brisbane or in Australia, I'm putting together a higher education talk, 30th of August. So that would be physically meeting on campus in Brisbane, but would be recorded and live streamed via Zoom. So anyone in Australia, even in the world, can join. That's the Eventbrite form for the talk. So those are my details. So if you want to contact me for any reasons, LinkedIn is probably the best method of reaching me. Thanks for listening to the talk. I think I'm done. Thank you very much.